From Kanfei Nesharim in Jewcology, this is the Year of Jewish Learning on the Environment video series. This video is titled, Toward a Wiser Use of Energy.
My name is Yvonne Marzuk, and I'm the Executive Director of Kanfei Nesharim, Sustainable Living Inspired by Torah. As part of Kanfei Nesharim's Year of Jewish Learning on the Environment, I'm pleased to share with you this week's teaching, Toward a Wiser Use of Energy. One of the most significant sustainability challenges of our time is how we produce, use, and relate to energy. Before the Industrial Revolution, the most important sources of energy for human uses were animals, people, wood, water, and wind. Of course, all that changed in the Industrial Revolution with the invention of the steam turbine, internal combustion engine, and jet engine, and the use of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, and the use of nuclear power. While these technologies have greatly increased material standards of living among human societies, they've also driven significant environmental challenges, which are beginning to have noticeable impacts worldwide. So what can we learn from the Jewish tradition about how to use energy responsibly? First, the Jewish tradition teaches us to use energy wisely. In some cases, wasting energy is a violation of Bal Tashchit, the prohibition not to waste excessively. For example, the Talmudic sage Mar Zutra stated, "One who covers an oil lamp or uncovers a kerosene lamp violates the prohibition of Bal Tashchit." And the reason is that by covering an oil lamp, one would cause the flame to burn inefficiently, and uncovering a kerosene lamp would allow the fuel to evaporate faster. So both of these reflect inefficient uses of energy. Based on this teaching in the Talmud, the Ben Ish Chai, Rabbi Yosef Chaim ben Eliyahu, a major halachic authority of 19th century Iraq, provided a more recent and modern understanding. In this case, a person was leaving 2 wicks lit throughout the night in the event that they woke up and they needed to see. In order to prevent waste, the Ben Ish Chai instructed the person to extinguish 1 wick before going to bed. Since if they got up in the middle of the night, they'd only need the minimal light of 1 wick, and keeping the 2nd wick lit would be a transgression of Bal Tashchit, the prohibition not to destroy or waste. The Ben Ish Chai also discusses a similar case in which a person put a large amount of oil before Shabbat in a lamp in their home in order for it to remain lit for all of Shabbat. He rejected this practice as a waste of oil and a transgression of Bal Tashchit, since the light from the lamp would not be a benefit to a person during the day in their sunlit home, but only a benefit to them at night. So these halachic responses show a high degree of concern for the wasting of energy and the unnecessary use of oil in a case where a person does not benefit from the additional use of energy. The Jewish tradition can also teach us about moderation, not just in using energy, but in all our creative actions utilizing modern technology. When we speak about human energy use today, we're primarily speaking about our use of fire. Today, our many machines rely on fire: internal combustion engines in our cars, power plants that produce electricity, and lights and appliances in our homes and offices that run on that electricity. The Torah teaches, "You shall not kindle fire in any of your dwelling places on the Sabbath day." On Shabbat, we're instructed to refrain from using fire, demonstrating that true mastery belongs to God alone. Shabbat is the prime way that a Jew is supposed to learn balance in how to use fire, and by extension, energy and technology. This wisdom can inform our energy use today as well. By bringing some of this rest into our world today, we can reduce the amount of energy we need, and we can also help put ourselves in correct relationship with the use of energy. Today, fossil fuels power our industrial society. A typical American household consumes over 12,000 kilowatt hours of electricity per year, and each kilowatt hour of electricity from a coal-fired power plant releases over 2 pounds of carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide, along with other greenhouse gases, is contributing to global changes in the Earth's climate. Burning fossil fuels is heating the planet, melting the ice caps, raising the sea level, and making forest fires more common. And the air pollution from our energy use is also causing health effects for children and adults in the United States and around the world. So what can we do to move our society toward a wiser use of energy? One way we can reduce the impacts of our use of fire is to use more renewable energy. In 1981, the Lubavitcher Rebbe made a call to significantly increase the use of solar energy in the United States. He said, very soon the entire country should switch, first of all, to energy that can be generated from the sun's rays in the south, which should be supplied to the entire country. His call to use renewable energy is relevant today more than ever. Another way we can move toward a wiser use of energy is by being more efficient in our energy use. In our time, the response of the Ben Ish Chai may be relevant concerning leaving lights, heaters, air conditioners, and other appliances running for all of Shabbat or during the week, when a person will not derive benefit from them. Another area where this may apply is in standby use of appliances in most homes. Many electrical products, from TVs to microwave ovens to air conditioners, cannot be switched off completely without being unplugged, and these products draw power 24 hours a day, often without the knowledge of the consumer. A typical American home has 40 products constantly drawing power. Together, these amount to almost 10% of residential electricity use. If the Ben Ish Chai was concerned about the unnecessary use of one wick in an oil lamp, how much more so should we be concerned about dozens of appliances that quietly, constantly use energy without even benefiting the user? So we can address this by unplugging those appliances and by buying Energy Star products, which are less likely to have this standby use problem. Jewish teachings instruct us about prudent, conscious, and elevated use of energy. Energy is a precious resource that must be used wisely, and if not, its misuse has serious consequences for people and the planet. The prophet Isaiah repeatedly calls on the Jewish people to be a light to the nations. In our times, let us find inspiration and light in the profound teachings of our tradition that address today's significant and central challenges, and let the light that emerges from our example reveal to the world a new sustainable path. Thank you.
For more information on this topic, please visit confeinisharim.org/learning or jewcology.com.